Good day, everyone. This is Doc Rich, your business doctor, and today
We're going to continue the discussion for research. We are now on chapter 4. We're going to discuss how are you going to write your chapter 4 based from your collected or retrieved data. So during our last discussion, we discussed how are you going to present the table in your chapter 4. How are you going to tabulate the data using Microsoft Excel or the the built-in tabulation sa inyong Google form or MS form. Now, after you have retrieved, tabulated the data in a from Excel, you are now going to present formally in your chapter 4 yung mga natabulate na data. Because in our last discussion, we just discussed the tabulation but not yet to be presented on a table. So today, we're going to take chapter 4. And by the way, you can see in my presentation, the title of chapter 4 is Presentation, Analysis, and Interpretation of Data. Although the title, generally, majority of institutional papers are chapter 4 talks about the presentation or tabulation of data, but sometimes it varies. The title of chapter 4 changes depending on the preferred title of one particular higher educational institution. Minsan, that is just presentation of data, but we're going to use the title for this format: the presentation, analysis, and interpretation of data. So you will start as what I have been saying. Every chapter should have an introductory paragraph, like in chapter 1, the problems and the background. Chapter 2, review of related literature and studies. Chapter 3, the methodology or research methods. And this one, let us now present the data. So you should have here introductory paragraph. For example, this research talks about the risk, financial, delivery, fraud, product risk involved in online stores in Metro Manila. So your title should be like this one: presented, or this chapter presents the information gathered by the researcher or researchers when it comes to what are those product risks, how frequent those risks are happening, and the recommendations of the respondents, how to avoid risk in online selling or online stores. Now, that is you can just shorten the paragraph varies depending on the format. This paper is a doctoral paper. So if you are just writing a business or basic research or baby thesis, you can shorten the paragraph. It depends on the panel, the panel of evaluators. Sometimes the panel of evaluators will just have a very short one, and sometimes there are panel of evaluators that will ask you to expound on the opening paragraph. Anyway, basic here, you should have this one: the gathered data are in tabular, presented in table in tabular forms. Its table was given the corresponding interpretation. So the table, the discussion for the table for this format will be presented below the table itself. Although I have encountered that some researchers prefer the table discussion for the table above the table, but for this format, we're going to use the format wherein the discussion will be presented below the table. Okay, so that is the data presented, or the data to be presented. Here, you start Dr. Cortez, Doc Rich. I am the self-proclaimed business doctor. And today, for coherence, the tables will be presented based on the objective or the SOP to be answered. Because there are formats that have SOP or statement of the problems and the objective. There are also formats that they don't have the SOP but just the objective. For this format, a particular university is using this one. They don't have the SOP but that's just the objective. You present the table in accordance with the objective of the research. So objective 1, you write here on top in bold to distinguish. You can write here in bold letters to know how often the online shoppers, no? Or depending on the we call this the importance of the demographic profile. If the demographic profile is not that important, you can present the demographic profile in chapter 3 of your paper. Now, if the demographic profiles are important in the study, you present that on your chapter 4 as part of presentation, analysis, and interpretation of data. For this one, table 4.1, you can write here to know the demographic profiles of the respondents, assuming that the profiles are important. Okay, so to know the demographic profiles of the respondents. So this will be your first objectives. You're going to present the table based on the objectives. So example, table 1 will answer objective number 1. And you number the table as 4.1. It means the table, we are in chapter 4 and the table is presented in chapter 4. So right here 4. And since this one is the first table, so that is 1. So it means table 4.1. Table 4.1, that is in chapter 4, and that is the first table or table number 1. Okay, so leave one's double space between the table number and the title of the table. Take note that the title of the table is not in all caps. So this is just a title case. Just the first letter of the word or word should be capitalized. So letter C, customer, respondents, and as to age. And for simplicity, this table is a very simple type of table. We don't have many grids or lines, horizontal and vertical lines. Just plain bold lines to separate the title with the column headings. And this table has four columns. First column should be your indicators. For example, the age level, the gender of the respondents, the civil status, educational background. No? So if we're talking about the demographic profile, those are the indicators to be written in the first column of your table. And column number 2 should be the frequency. And the column heading should just be small letter F. Ayan na. So means this one for 20 and below, 28 respondents belong to 20 and below age bracket, and 51 and above has 3 respondents. And the total of the frequency should be equal to 102. So the total in your research, if you have 102 respondents, okay, the total should be 102. Sabihin, this one is a multiple choice. All respondents, lahat sila may edad, no? So, wala namang respondents na walang edad. So, all of them have checked in which age bracket they belong. So, it should total 102. And the next column is the percentage represented by column heading the percent sign, just the percent sign, not in word. Okay, so that is 27%. It means we just get the percentage of 28. Ilang percent ba yung 28 ng 102? So 28 is 27% of 102. We simply divide 28 by 102 and you will get 27%. 37 divided by 102, you will get 36%. And we should not be writing anymore yung 27% beside the number. So, meron tayong column heading na percent sign, so we don't need to write anymore the percent sign. But it is understood, no, that they are in percent. That is, it means 27%, 36%, 18%, 16, and 3%. And be sure that the total of the percentages are equal to 100%. Okay, and the percentage should be written in whole numbers. We don't have the decimal places, so wala tayong butal, no? For simplicity and to get the exact numbers, we don't have point something sa ating mga percentages. So you should round off always the percentage, no? And always totals 100%. They said the fourth and the last column of your table for demographic profile should be the ranking. So madali lang sa rank, di ba? This is part of the frequency or percentage and you will get the ranking. Example number 1 is 37, of course, no? And below, so this is what I'm saying earlier, that the discussion for the table should be written below the table itself. The discussion of the table should be written like this one. You start with identifying or introducing the table above. So table 4.1 above. Okay, you can write above. Presents the frequency and percentage of distribution of the respondents. A very short one, paragraph. Just the opening paragraph, no? And the second paragraph, you will just write here per rank. So we have like 5 indicators, but you may not write the 5 indicators anymore. You may not discuss the 5 indicators anymore. You should just discuss the first 3 in the rankings. For example, paragraph 1, we discuss here your rank 1. Bakit rank 1 yung 21 to 30 age bracket, no? So introduce, as noted on the table above, rank 1 are those respondents at the 21 to 30 age bracket. So if that is an indicator, you write indicators in open and close quotation. It means this one is an indicator. The 21 to 30 bracket is an indicator. So distinguish, no? What is the indicator being discussed? You write the indicators in close and open quotation. And you also write here the frequency. Example, 37 respondents out of 102 belong to 21 to 30 age bracket. And you write also the corresponding percentage, that is 36. percent. No? So the 36% comes from table. Okay, so you mentioned in your discussion the indicator 21 to 30. You mentioned the frequency 37. You mentioned the ranking 1. You mentioned the percentage sa ating discussion below the table. That is why your second paragraph has this one, the 21 to 30, 37 respondents, 102, and the percentage. Okay, the same thing with rank number 2. We're going to discuss just the first 3, or just going to identify here the first 3 in rank in your paragraph number 2. So rank 2, you discuss rank, you identify or introduce rank 2, indicator, the frequency, and the percentage. And same thing with the rank 3. Sabi ko kanina, you may just discuss the first, for every table, you may just discuss the first 3 in the ranking. That is why you have here the rank 3, the 31 to 40, the frequency, and the corresponding percentage, that is 18%. So in the second paragraph, we're just going to identify yung tatlong ranking. No? And for the third paragraph, you are now going to identify or to discuss. No? You should discuss bakit yung 21 to 30 ay rank number 1. Okay, so you discuss, no? 21 to 30. Example dito, the 21 to 30, bakit sila yung rank number 1? Ang rank number 2 natin ay yung 20 and below. Rank number 3 ay yung 31 to 40. So what does it mean? Bakit sila yung mga nauna or top 3? So you should discuss sa ilalim, no? Example, you discuss here yung rank number 1. Bakit sila yung pinakauna? Example, this shows that majority in rank number 1, example, in rank number 1, shows that majority of the customers come from the younger generation or up to their 30s. So what is the reason? Bakit sila number 1? It means younger generation or the young professionals still prefer to shop online. Kasi ang ating title sa ating number table, no? When it comes to shopping, majority of the respondents are yung mga bata na 21 to 30 ang kanilang age bracket. That is why yung discussion in rank 1, that is your discussion, no? And you should also discuss bakit rank number 2. Okay, example, ang rank number 2 natin ito. 31 to 40, no? Let's see if that is 31 to 40. And then 31 to 40 is also included, no? So rank 3 siya. So you should also discuss bakit yung mga generation na 31 to 40 ay kasama or maraming sumagot. Bakit 31 to 40? So you should discuss here why. Example, the online sellers can still market at the age bracket of 31 to 40 and 41 to 50. So you should justify bakit sila kasama sa ranking. Okay, so that is for the age bracket or the age for the demographic profile based on the age of the respondents. Okay, so the second demographic profile is the gender of the respondents. So it should be titled table 4.2 and leave a double space. We were writing the title of table number 4.2, customer respondents as to gender. So the same format of the table. So you you should be uniform in writing, in presenting the table. Isang table lang for all the data that were presented. For simplicity, just use only one type of table. So itong table na to, ito lang ginamit natin na format dun sa ating table 4.1. Okay, and throughout your chapter 4, you can use the same type of table. Ito na. So this table present the customer presentation of the customers based on the gender. So you should also have 4 columns, no? Yan, pag ang iyong mga indicators ay dalawa lang, male and female, no? So there's no need to rank pag dalawa lang ang mga indicators. Dalawa lang sila, so no need to rank. No need to have a column for ranking, na rank number 1 and rank number 2. So pag ang indicators mo ay tatlo, example, you can add here yung pangatlong, yung pangatlong indicator natin, the LGBT. Example, if you have the LGBTQ+, LGBT, okay. Ayan, no? So this is the time that you can have, so since tatlo na sila, so you can have ranking, example, 70, no? Pag tatlo lang indicators mo, you can have now the ranking. Kasi tatlo na sila, no? Ayan, you can now add here yung ranking column. Pag tatlo na or 3 or more ang indicators mo, you can add the ranking column. Ayan. Okay? So, 70, third example, this one is 69%. And this one is 1. So, ayan, tatlo na sila, no? Okay, so pagkaroon ka na dito ng yung fourth column, the ranking, so that is rank 1. Pero pag dalawa lang sila, no need to write the ranking column. Ayan, okay, so that is your table. And of course, below your table, you should write a discussion. Example, table 4.2 above shows the frequency and percentage distribution of the customer respondent. Description as to gender. Ayan. Okay, so you present here as shown on table, the male got 31 respondents. So ganun pa rin, di ba? You're going to introduce sino ba yung mga nasa ranking natin? The male indicators, the female indicators, and yung kanilang mga frequency, 31 respondents out of 102, and also the percentage, 30%. And for the female, the 71 respondent, sulat dyan, and also the percentage. And okay, and you're going to discuss why, bakit yung mga male or females, bakit mas maraming females? Okay, the female got 71. So this reveals, itong discussion niya, this reveals that more female customers are patronizing online shopping services provided by different websites. Yan ang reason mas maraming shoppers sa babae, na? Ilang yung lalaki. Since the female group is greater by 40 compared to the male counterpart, it could be implied that female respondents are the more frequent visitors of online shopping. That is the reason why 70% yung females and only 30% yung males, no? Yung reason. Ang reason bakit konti ng mga lalaki, male respondents, they opt to use other shopping platforms. Maybe the male respondents, they don't like online shopping. Maybe they like the traditional store platform, yung physical, the brick and mortar type of platform. Yan, mga reason. So, it depends on how are you going to interpret yung data presented. And still on the demographic profile of the respondents, for example, you want to know yung kanilang mga nature of work. Although, in your demographic profile, you can mention the age, the gender, the civil status, educational background, but sometimes you can also ask the work of the respondents. Ano yung kanilang mga trabaho? Ano yung kanilang mga nature of work? Are they employed? Are they engaged in business? Or they don't have work at all? So the same format that we have been using for columns. First column here, the nature of work, employed, engaged in business, profession, or unemployed. So very consistent, no? Pag ang ating respondents ay 102, the frequency should total 102. And also the percentage, no? Pag kulang to, if you're going to add the percentage at hindi siya nag-total sa 100, no? So there should be something wrong. So you should mga butal naman yung kulang, like only decimals, no? So you will just round off yung percentage mo, no? Pero pag yung kulang ay like 5% na kulang, so there is something wrong. Hindi na sa rounding off ang diferensya pag may kulang like 5% or 3%, no? So you go back to your division para ma-exacto yung 100%. So you don't have problems if the frequency are not tied. Pag iba-iba yung mga frequency, ang ranking madali, no? Wala kang problema. Ang magkaka-problem sa ranking, pag may mga frequency na magkakaparehas. And maybe in this, in some of the tables dito, may mga sample dito na parehas ang frequency, and we're going to discuss how are you going to rank yung mga frequency na magkakaparehas yung kanilang mga numbers or amount. So the same thing, you discuss table 4.3 above. And shows the frequency and percentage distribution as to customer respondent. Description as to nature of work. Okay, so as shown in the table, rank 1. So the same story, we're going to discuss every ranking used. Ayan, so you're going to identify the top 3 in the ranking. Rank 1, rank 2, and rank 3. Ayan, no? So the top 3 in rank. Kapag medyo sinisipag ka, you can also discuss the whole ranking, no? But sometimes the panel of evaluators will just ask for the top 3 in the ranking. Okay, so you discuss per rank. Example, rank number 1. Bakit? Ang rank number 1 natin, by the way, ay yung let me see. Ayun, rank number 1 are those employed. That is 46 out of 102, no? So you're going to discuss bakit rank number 1 yung mga employed. So we're going to talk here. Ayan. This reveals that more employed groups are involved in electronic or online shopping because their dispensable income is greater than the other group. So it means mas marami raw yung employed sa online shopping because they have the income to use in shopping. Siyempre, pag marami kang, if you are employed, you have the greater purchasing power, and you can be involved in online shopping, electronic shopping. Now, if you are not employed or you're just a students, so of course you don't have the money to use in online shopping. This is the rationale why the employed are number one when it comes to online shopping. And okay, we are done with the demographic profile of the respondents. And as objective number 2, no? So objective number 1, we talk about the demographic profile in this research. Objective number 2, we're going to know how often do online shoppers encounter the risk. Ito naman yung the frequency. Ito naman ay not frequency but the weighted mean of the respondents. Ito yung pre-answered 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you know? Yun kasi sa taas, sa demographic profile, the questions were answered using multiple choice. Isa lang sagot nila dun eh. Di naman subjective number 2, ito yung questions na your respondents answer the questions by rating. Ito yung rating questions, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Depending on what type of Likert scale did you use. For this particular research or paper, ang Likert dito, frequency, no? How often the online shoppers encounter, is it always, sometimes, rarely, or frequently, or the lowest, never encountered, no? Ito yung rating nila dito. So the same thing, you have a table number that is table 4.4. So pang-apat na table na natin to. Sa chapter 4, no? And be sure that you have the proper format. In bold fonts yung title, not capitalized. Just capitalize the first letter of the keyword sa inyong title. Example, encountered, financial. Okay, just the same, you also have 4 columns for this one. The first column is indicators of for the table. Second column, iba na, no? Sa ating demographic profile, the column number 2 is the frequency. Ito naman ay hindi. Column number 2 should be your weighted mean, represented by the WX, the weighted mean. And column number 3 is not the percentage anymore, but the letter I. It means the interpretation or verbal interpretation of the data. But for your column number 4, the same. You have the ranking column. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina ng may mga numbers that will tie. Example, nag-tie yung 2.31 and another 2.31. How are you going to break the tie? Okay, so the highest obviously is yung 3.14. That is your rank number 1. Okay. Ang sumunod ay dalawang 2.31. Sa dalawa, it means the ranks 2 and 3 will be allocated to these 2 indicators. This rank 2 and rank 3. Yung ranking nila, paghahatian nila yon. So rank 2 and 3, that is 2 plus 3, that is 5. When you divide the 5 by 2, so why 2? Kasi dalawa lang sila maghahati. So that is 5 divided by 2. So the ranking is 2.5. Okay? Hindi rank 2 and 3, but 2.5. Okay? Then, we already used the ranking 2 and 3. Ang sunod na ranking ay yung 4 na. That is why your 2.21 should be ranked as 4, not 3. Kasi nagamit na natin yung 2 and 3. So, ang natitira ay 4. And 1.81 should be your rank 5. Okay, for the interpretation column or the letter I, if you are going to present your table for the Likert scale over the weighted mean, dapat meron kang legend sa ilalim ng yung table. Okay? So 4.5 to 5, that is your always interpretation. That is 5. Ito yung nag-ano sila eh. This one is the ranking question wherein the respondents were asked to rank an indicator 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 5 always, and number 1 is never represented by n. No? So ilagay mo ito sa ilalim ng table mo so that the readers of your research will know if what is the interpretation of 3.14. Ano ba yung sabihin ng 3.14? So you have the legend below. 3.14 falls here. Okay? The 3.14 means sometimes, represented by letter S. Alright? That is why in your I column, that is letter S. Okay? And for the rest of the interpretation, 2.21 example, 2.21 falls here. Ayan. Then 2.21, no? That is rarely R, represented by R. Interpretation ng R is rarely. So you're going to write in the I column yung letter R. And by the way, yung ibang natitang indicators, no? Lahat sila ay letter R. Okay? And for the average, just get the average. So we know that in getting the average, you just add the 5 numbers, just add them and divide it by 5. And you will get the average weighted mean of 2.36. And still represented by your letter R. And that is how you present the table for the Likert or rating questions sa iyong questionnaire. And of course, you should have the interpretation for the table. So that is table. We are going to interpret this table. This table is numbered 4.4. We are going to write below the discussion. Table 4.4 above shows the weighted mean for risk encountered. Yan. So yung title niya, yung title ng table, no? Ayan. So it should be shown sa opening paragraph ng iyong discussion. Yan. Risk encountered and difficulty in website services. Okay. And paragraph number 2, we're going to discuss yung rank number 1. Ang rank number 1 natin is expensive shipping fee. In your discussion below the table, you will mention the indicator to be enclosed in open and closed quotation mark. You will mention the weighted mean, mention the ranking, mention the verbal interpretation sometimes. So therefore, in your second paragraph, it will be shown. Indicator, enclosed in open and closed quotation mark, the ranking, yeah, the weighted mean, and the verbal interpretation. Here is for your rank number 1. And you will discuss why. Bakit siyang rank number 1? Anong reason why expensive shipping fee ang number 1? So ito yung kanyang discussion. Once in a while, customers consider it financially riskier because if there is more distance between them and the seller, of course, that is very expensive shipping fee. yan ang iyong ano dyan, analysis and interpretation of your rank number 1. Okay, then for the next paragraph, you're going to discuss also yung rank number 2. So, meron tayong dalawang rank 2.5, di ba? So, our rank 2.5 are returning the product incurred cost, weighted mean 2.31, interpreted as rarely. Yan. So, anong reason why returning the product is rank 2.5? Ito yung iyong reason, your rational. The respondents do not experience this type of risk always. Okay, so the items they buy are subject to the refunds and return policy of the online store. Meaning that they can't get a refund right away. Ayan, that is risky, no? Kasi pag ikaw ay nagbalik daw ng product sa seller, risky kasi nga sometimes it is not easy to return a product sa seller. Pag nabalik mo naman, pag-usapan naman yung refund, no? So sometimes pinapahirapan ka ng mga seller when it comes to refunding ng isang defective products that you return to the seller. Yan ang mga reason. Make sure you're going to discuss, no? Mga ranking. And sometimes the panelists will also ask you, ano naman yung last sa ranking? Yan, no? May mga panelists na ganun eh. So, you may also write yung last sa ranking. Not only the top 3 na indicators, no? So, to be safe, no? Para sigurado ka. Alam mo dapat yung reason bakit yung charge multiple times na risk ay rank number 5 or last in the ranking. So, anong reason? So, you will reason out bakit. So, ito yung kanyang reason, no? For rank number 5 or last in the ranking. Ayan. So, you give the rationale dito. And for table 4.5, this one is also about weighted mean. Ito naman ay encounter product risk naman and difficulty in website. So the same format, you have the 4 columns to be used. In the same method, how did you get the R? So meron kang legend sa ilalim, na frequency, and also so the same format, you will get the average, weighted mean, and the verbal interpretation sa I column, and also the discussion as well, no? So introduction ng table, you mentioned table 4.5 above, so that is table 4.5, and you introduce, identify yung mga top 3. Okay, so rank 1, yan. And you also reason out bakit siya rank 1. Table rank 1 is a lack of reviews regarding quality of the product is rank number 1. Weighted mean is 2.99. Interpretation is sometimes. So you reason out why. Ito yung kanyang reason or rationale for discussion. Okay? Then you also discuss yung rank 2. Rank 2 ay products do not met expectations and you reason out bakit. So you mentioned the rank 2, mentioned the indicator, you mentioned yung kanyang weighted mean. Okay, and you discuss why. First, the discussion. Ayan, no? It is for rank 2 discussion. Yung highlighted na. Okay. Then, also, yung pang rank number 3 mo. So, the same story. You mentioned, discuss bakit sa rank number 3. Okay? And once again, you also mentioned yung last ranking para magtanong sila ba, ano kayong ranking? Sometimes, if I am the reader of the paper of this manuscript, I will also be concerned about sino pinaka-last. Diba? So you should know and discuss yung reason bakit kaya last in a ranking or rank number 5 yung fake goods. It's rank number 5. Tanong reason bakit kaya hindi masyadong risky. Bakit pinakahuli yung risk na fake goods? So yung reason how. Ito yung kanyang interpretation sa last rank. Going to highlight this one. Okay. Alright. Let's go to the other type. Ito naman. So the same ano to, no? The same format. You mentioned objective 5. Then below the table 4.16 na. So we cut this out. I cut the discussion kasi yung iba naman pare-pareho, no? From table 4.5 hanggang table 4.15. So para naman silang puro rating question. Then we go right away sa ating last table. This one is table 4.16. So it means we have 16 tables that you're going to discuss. So depende naman itong study nito it has 16 tables now. But sometimes in your study you only have like 5 or 6 tables to be presented and also to be discussed. The last table is about the identify the challenges naman that limit the satisfaction and trust. Ito naman ay so the same format, the table number 4.16 in bold letters yung title ng table. Yan. Okay, so the same ano naman yan, the same 2.86. Always, often, sometimes. Okay, so presentation, ganun din, table 4.16, you start with that one. And also the ranking, rank 1 to be discussed. The rank 2 to be discussed. The reasons, no? So the reasons, the rationale. Okay, and you also discussed rank 3. You discussed the last rank. The rank 8, no? That is the last rank. You also discussed yung last. So you discussed the top 3 in ranking and the last in ranking. Okay, meron pala bang is additionally that was objective 5. This one, this table is objective 5. Yan. So, meron pa tayong objective number 6. Yan. Objective number 6 to develop strategies naman. So ito, di ba sabi natin, ang last objective natin sa ating study, no? The last objective could be your purpose or the format or the output. So dito, objective ng paper na to, last objective is to develop strategies that can be employed. So, ito yung kanyang outcome or output of the study. Gagawa siya ng strategies na pwedeng gamitin ng mga online stores, electronic shopping store or service, increase satisfaction and trust level ng mga consumers, na? Kasi sa electronic shopping or online shopping, one of the issues ay yung risk na hindi masyadong trustworthy mga online businesses kasi may hindi na de-deliver yung payment platform, hindi na ipasok yung pera, no? Or na-deliver man ay may damage yung product or mahirap ibili. yung mga issues or risks sa online shopping Then this paper going to develop a strategy daw na pwedeng gamitin to increase satisfaction of the customers and increase trust level. So gumawa siya ng output dito, no? So strategy, anong klaseng strategy pwedeng gamitin, no? So the researcher come out with strategy na pinangalanan niyang CJL theory of electronic shopping. So this one is a proposal how to improve satisfaction and trust level. Kasi if the panel of evaluators will ask you to come out with a study, sabi ng panel mo, what is the output of your study? Sir, we're going to develop, to craft a guideline, a policy, a proposition. Pinapakita to, no? Pinapakita yung inyong output or finished product ng inyong study. So ito yung kanyang output. Ito yung sinasabi natin kanina proposal, a program how to improve customer satisfaction online shopping. Ito yung kanyang sinulat na strategy. Okay, ito yung pinaka-output. So pag naghanap yung panelist ng output mo, you can just present this one, no? Although nakalagay naman siya sa recommendation, the panel will ask you what is the output of your study. O sabihin mo na answer them na in our recommendation, nakalagay din po din yung output or ano yung aming gagawin sa aming study. But if they will ask you formally na isang stand-alone or separate output, you can develop this strategy. No? And so, yan siya. Ito yung kanyang pinaka-study na sinulat based sa result ng study. Hindi mahaba siya, no? Anyway, this one is for a doctoral paper na kaya marami siya. Medyo madami siyang output. Kasi doctoral dissertation paper for a DBA student. Ayan, no? So that is the end of your chapter 4 in presenting the data. Okay, so sa ating next discussion naman, we're going to present naman yung chapter 5, the findings naman, interpretation, findings, conclusion, and recommendation. But for the meantime, ito muna yung ating i-present now, the chapter 4 of your paper, of your manuscript. And hoping that you have learned something from this discussion. So lahat ng nanonood dyan, may subscribe. I-subscribe sa aking munting channel, no? And watch out for more lessons. And for the meantime, this has been Dr. Cortez, Doc Rich, saying goodbye everyone and see you around people.